So the first time I was 8, so 7 years from now would be like 15, and I'm 16, so it was really recent. And I decided to tell when I met somebody who told me that I was worthy of some sort of love. Like, I always thought that when I would look for a husband or whatever, I would have to find somebody who had made a billion of mistakes because of what happened to me. But then I met somebody who accepted all of the mistakes and like showed God's love to me, and he didn't even know he was doing it. So eventually, after meeting him, I told my parents, and they tried to get me into therapy and try to work things out. But in the middle of January, we had those snow days, I tried to commit suicide. I took like 12 pills or something like that. The next day, I had some of my friends come up to the hospital, but then I left for a mental hospital kind of thing, and I was stuck there for, I didn't know how long. And a big moment in that for me was when, like, you look at your best friend and she's not a crier, and you make her cry because you're leaving and she doesn't know when you're going to come back. That was a big moment for me. And I got on some medicine, some depression medicine, when I got out, and they diagnosed me with post-traumatic stress disorder. And on the medicine, it was like I felt no emotions at all. Like, I couldn't feel like anything. And sometimes I'd rather feel sad or mad or even like happy, but I would rather feel any emotion than to feel no emotion at all. Like, it's just unbearable. So I would do everything in my power to feel emotion, good, bad. I did it just to feel something that wasn't a nothingness inside. But then the same friend that cried when I went to the mental hospital, snapped me out of it when she told me that everybody has a thing. Everybody has something that in their life that is a big thing to get over. We all have something or a few things. And she was scared that I was going to be her thing. And I would do anything in my power not to be her thing. So I learned a lot from this all happening. I really did. I learned that I looked to verses like whoever sins sexually sins against their own body, 1 Corinthians. That's a piece of 1 Corinthians 6:18. And I'm still working on myself because I was in the mental hospital in January, and that wasn't long ago. But I've learned to be kinder than I was before, because God says to be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgive one another as Christ forgave you. And you don't really know what people's unknown battles are. Like, you can look at a girl, and you might even look at me and think that I had it all together when I really didn't. Like, my life was like in pieces, and I was so broken, but no one would have ever known. I also learned that no one's perfect and you shouldn't judge, like Sam talked about when he preached the message. And then it says, there's one lawgiver who is able to save you and to destroy you. Who are you to judge another? One of the main reasons I didn't want to get up here and tell anyone about this, and it's been such a big secret that my close friends and family have been keeping from me, was because I thought that everyone was going to judge me. Even people in the church who are the ones that are supposed to accept you the most. I'm working on a lot of things now. I'm trying to find peace in some mistakes I've made, and I'm trying to make it black and white between my mistakes and his mistakes. It's a gray area when you're raped. You don't know what's right and wrong anymore. So I'm still working on making that a black and white thing for me. I'm also working on forgiveness. Obviously forgiving him and forgiving me in any way for anything I've done that I regret. And then asking for forgiveness for people I pushed out of my life because of this, because I pushed a lot of people away. And wait, I gotta think about what I'm saying. But it says no one is too damaged for God. That includes him, and I'm not going to say his name, the guy, and that includes everyone. And I used to think that I was like unforgivable, and I would never have told anyone, and no one would have ever thought it. But I really thought that I wasn't good enough at all. So this is going to be short because I wanted it to be short, but this is not a sad story, and it's not coming to an end. It's a story of hope, and it's just beginning. It's my story of hope. It's me. It's my redemption, and redemption is the action of being saved from sin, error, or evil, and God's done that for me. I didn't, through all of this, I wasn't really with God at all, you know. You want to go, you blame him sometimes, you blame you, and then you feel like you don't think he loves you so much, like as much as he does, but he does. And so you think, he doesn't love me as much. So you push away from him. I pushed away from my friends and my family, but I also pushed away from him. And I'm working on that too. So overall, I just want to say to be kind to others and not to judge anyone. And to focus on forgiveness every day. But last, I want to say that you're not too damaged for God. This happens to 1 in 4 girls. And there are a bunch of other 1 in 4 statistics that I know about. But no one is too damaged for God, and no one's sinned too much for God, ever. So this is my story of redemption, and that's all I have to say.